Pixar's most beloved toys are clocking back in, because Toy Story 5 is slated for June 19, 2026. Whether the new chapter leans into a toys versus tech twist, as early chatter suggests, one truth is set: this world still moves us. Today on Whale Facts, we're unpacking 20 little-known nuggets that go beyond the usual trivia. The near cancellation that almost shelved the original invisible signatures like a 113 and the Luxo Ball, the Pizza Planet truck's wild travel itinerary, and the Oscars milestones that rewrote animation history. Expect micro details: why Andy's world looked the way it did in 1995, which character secretly returned, and how a single catchphrase reached NASA. Tight fast spoiler light. Ready? To infinity and begin. Fact 1: the movie that almost never was. In November 1993, Pixar screened a rough Black Friday cut for Disney. Woody was mean-spirited, Buzz was smug, and the tone felt cynical. Executives paused production. Over one brutal week, the team rewrote character arcs, softened Woody, and rebuilt the buddy dynamic. That reset saved Toy Story and established the empathy-first formula powering every sequel, spin-off, and short. Fact 2: a true first. Released in 1995, Toy Story is widely recognized as the first feature-length film animated entirely with computers. That benchmark wasn't just a marketing line. The Academy honored its technical leap, and historians credit it with proving CG could carry character-driven storytelling. Traditional cell pipelines gave way to digital shot planning, lighting, and rendering groundwork every modern animated feature, from Shrek to Frozen, still builds on. Fact 3: the most traveled pickup in animation. The yellow Pizza Planet delivery truck sneaks through nearly every Pixar feature, turning into a studio-wide scavenger hunt. You'll spot it outside the trailer park in Toy Story, roaring into AL's Toy Barn in Toy Story 2, and even on the freeway in Toy Story 3. Notable exception? The Incredibles skipped it. Brad Bird insisted the gag would break that film's 1960s spy tone. Fact 4: Pixar's two secret signatures. A 113 named after the CalArts classroom many Pixar artists trained in pops up as license plates, room numbers, and control codes across the saga. In Toy Story, it tags Andy's mom's minivan. In Toy Story 3, you can spot it around Sunnyside. The other marker is the yellow Luxo Ball with a blue star, bouncing through Andy's room, AL's toy barn, and the daycare yard. Fact 5: Sid returns briefly. In Toy Story 3, the garbage truck driver who grabs Andy's bins wears Sid Phillips' signature skull t-shirt and matching cap. The grin, the rhythm of his wheezy laugh, and the striped sleeves seal it. Animators confirm the nod as a grown-up Sid, a chaotic kid who now literally hauls trash for a living, still jamming to his headphones, still weirdly thrilled by noisy machinery. Fact 6: the chess master with a polishing kit. The elderly cleaner in Toy Story 2 is Jerry, yes, the same character from Pixar's Oscar-winning short Jerry's Game. His tackle box becomes a luthier's bench. Dry pigment for blush, airbrush, cotton swabs for eye whites, even a tiny heart on Woody's cheek. Animators mirrored the short's mannerisms: the glasses tilt, the satisfied smirk, creating a shared character cameo before the MCU made it cool. Fact 7: Oscars history in plastic. The original Toy Story earned director John Lasseter a 1996 Special Achievement Oscar for pioneering feature-length CG animation. 15 years later, Toy Story 3 became only the third animated film ever nominated for Best Picture, while also winning Best Animated Feature and Best Original Song for Randy Newman's We Belong Together. The franchise turned technical wizardry into Academy consensus and a tradition of emotional storytelling. Fact 8: the tech that built Andy's world. In 1995, Pixar rendered every frame with RenderMan, feeding shots through in-house tools like Min for layout and animation. Skin, hair, and cloth were still notoriously hard, so the film leaned into plastic, vinyl, and fabric with tight weaves. Toys' hard surfaces loved specular highlights. Humans stayed simplified, with painted textures and limited deformation. Choices that turned constraints into a cohesive toy box aesthetic. Fact 9: what TS5 is teasing so far. Disney/Pixar date June 19, 2026. In early teaser material and trade coverage, the story hints at toys colliding with new tech, apps, smart speakers, and cloud-connected play. Tim Allen/Tom Hanks expected to return as Buzz and Woody, per studio messaging, though casting can shift close to release. File this under for now. Marketing beats often evolve before final trailers. Fact 10. Keep an eye out for 95. It's a studio-wide wink to 1995, the year the first film came out. Woody's license plate ride in the first movie reads A113, but you'll find 95 on stickers, serial numbers, and scoreboard displays. In Toy Story 3, Luxo's truck has a 95 decal. Even racing toys and render test scenes quietly brand props with the franchise's birth year. Fact 11. 2 Physics 1 movie. Pixar animated toys with snappier timing and limited arcs. Hinge-like elbows, stiffer torsos, faster eases. So they read as manufactured objects. Humans, pets, and cloth got slower accelerations, overlapping motion, and squash and stretch only where it felt organic. Animators also favored lower centers of gravity and shorter steps for toys to sell scale, keeping eye lines low so scenes felt big without changing set dimensions. Fact 12. Real Toys Remixed. Woody channels mid-century pull-string cowboys. Think Howdy Doody era dolls with fabric bodies, plastic heads, and a talkbox ring. Buzz blends 1960s space race action figures with sleek NASA-adjacent design. His name salutes astronaut Buzz Aldrin. To dodge licensing and keep silhouettes iconic, Pixar tweaked details. No exact brand replicas, but proportions, materials, and sounds borrow just enough reality to feel like toys you could own. Fact 13. Voices that rewrote the script. Tom Hanks' warm, slightly exasperated delivery led writers to dial back early jerk Woody edges and lean into loyal, quick-tempered leadership. Tim Allen's earnest bravado sold Buzz's delusional hero phase, so animators pushed chest-out poses and button taps. Decades later, Keanu Reeves' playful gravitas-shaped Duke Kaboom's swaggering jumps and insecure pet tops. Proof performance keeps sculpting personality even late in production. Fact 14. Pixar's cross-movie breadcrumb trail. Toy Story trades wins with other films. In Toy Story 2, a Bugs Life Critters cameo during the outtakes. In Monsters Incorporated, Boo's room shelves a Jessie doll and the Luxo Ball, plus a tiny clownfish that pre-teases Finding Nemo. Jump to Toy Story 3 and Andy's bulletin board carries a postcard from Carl and Ellie, quietly tying the toys to Up's world. Fact 15. The Restoration Flex. Jerry's cleaner sequence in Toy Story 2 remains a masterclass in micro-detail. Pigments bloom into blush, cotton swabs brighten eye whites, and airbrush feathers varnish, and thread stitches lift with tweezers. Sound sells the craft. Soft bristle scrapes, zipper buzz, glass clicks, a tiny heartbeat of a latch. It's ASMR before the term, turning maintenance into one of Pixar's most replayed moments. Fact 16. Box office plus staying power. The original became one of 1995's biggest hits and kick-started a multi-film juggernaut. Toy Story 3 and Toy Story 4 each cleared the $1 billion mark worldwide, rare even for animated franchises. Beyond theaters, the brand anchored Toy Story Land in Disney parks, sold aisles of toys, and seeded memes and quotes. Proof the series keeps renewing itself for new kids and nostalgic adults. Fact 17. Deleted ideas that changed everything. In early drafts, Woody was a ventriloquist dummy, stiff-jawed, bossy, even manipulative. Test screenings hated him. Writers rebuilt him into a flawed but protective leader, and made Buzz's delusion charming instead of smug. Whole sequences vanished. Mean-spirited pranks, darker gags, and a jailbreak ending that undercut the friendship arc. What stayed? 2 beats. Jealousy, crisis rescue, and toys choosing loyalty over ego. Fact 18. And jokes you can hear. Pixar's sound team built a toy-scale palette from real objects. Plastic hinge creaks, wind-up motors, Velcro rips, and hollow helmet thunks. Buzz's visor gets a tiny pressure whoosh. Slinky Dog's stretch combines metal spring twang with rubber squeak. Arcade ambience layers coin drops and pinball bells to sell Pizza Planet. Once you notice the materials, you'll hear the gag. Every sound says, "I'm a toy." Fact 19. Why Toy Story matters in film studies. Scholars point to its tight 3-act buddy structure, clear objectives per scene, and motif of identity. Are you a toy or more than a label? Technologically, it marks the shift from hand-drawn pipelines to hybrid digital studios. Culturally, it reframed family film as 4-quadrant storytelling. Jokes layered for adults, heart for kids, and craft that rewards obsessive rewatching. Fact 20. To infinity, went orbital. Buzz Lightyear's catchphrase left the screen for real aerospace. NASA flew a 12-inch Buzz action figure on STS-124 to the International Space Station in 2008 for microgravity education. Astronauts recorded zero-G demos. A space shuttle was even nicknamed the Buzz Shuttle by fans. The phrase entered mission patches, museum exhibits, and classroom posters. A pop culture loop between toys and spaceflight. That's 20 bite-sized secrets to supercharge your rewatch before Toy Story 5 arrives. As you revisit the saga, hunt for the studio signatures. A113 labels the Luxo Ball the omnipresent Pizza Planet truck, and track that sneaky number 95. Pay attention to toy physics, microsounds, and how performances sculpt personalities. It's a masterclass hiding in plain sight. If the new film leans into toys colliding with modern tech, you'll spot callbacks everywhere. Here on Whale Facts, we'll keep decoding the best animation Easter eggs and the real science behind them. Tell us which facts surprised you most, and drop your favorite blink and miss moment below. Subscribe for more smart, speedy fun facts because this toy box is still bigger on the inside.